Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Going Pro with Laneside Reviews, and on this edition we're going to have Chris Barnes. Alright guys, so welcome back. As always, I am Rob Johnson, joined once again by Scoops Porter, and we are here in the PBA arena with multi-time titleist Chris Barnes. Chris, thank you very much for taking your time with us.
Thank you.
So, we were talking a little bit about how Scoops and I are going to be making our assault on the PBA. We're going to be doing our first PBA event next November. And one of the things that we've learned in talking to some of the other bowlers is that you are a technical genius when it comes to bowling. So we were wondering if you could tell our viewers what kind of technical information that they should know before they make that jump from regular bowler to elite to PBA.
Well, I think one of the things that the professionals have maybe a better grasp of than anyone else is overall knowledge of bowling balls. And so having an idea of RGs and low RG versus high RG and where that affects the lane, which incidentally is in the mid lane, and then surfaces and pin positions and how those affect both how much the ball flares and where the ball is going to pick up at, so that you can fit an arsenal together that all makes sense. You're basically, when you're setting up an arsenal on tour, you're looking for balls that hook at different distances, not just less and more.
Okay, and what about lane surfaces? Something that's come up a lot is topography, how different lanes play different ways. What do you think about that?
Well, topography is part of the deal, but there's not much way to control that. Each lane is going to be a little bit different, and so you're just going to have to make moves on the lanes based off of whether your ball hooks less or more. It's important to know that Brunswick Pro-Am lane is the hardest surface and is the tightest down lane, and tends to hook less off the gutter. HPL tends to hook much more. In older Anvil lane, like what we have here in the arena, that will tend to hook much more both off the gutter and down lane. And there's a couple other latecomers to the market, and they each have their own little characteristics. And so knowing what those surfaces do will help you game plan as well.
Now, when you're getting ready for tour, do you come out, well, obviously you have a lot of experience in the places we are now. When you were starting out on the tour, did you go out to these centers and check out what kind of lane surfaces and how the characteristics were before you bowled in an event?
Well, anytime I get a chance to call ahead and find out what the lane surface is, I think that helps tailor what you're going to try and do a little bit. But would have gotten much better at is setting up an arsenal with multiple surfaces on bowling balls and then multiple cores and layouts that allow me to cover a wide variety regardless of what I'm going to bowl on. When we go overseas now, there's much less information and much less reliable information about what we're going to bowl on, and so you just have to kind of be prepared for anything, because literally you might see it.
Alright guys, so that is some great advice from Chris Barnes. Know not only just the surfaces you're going to be playing on, but know more about your bowling balls. Know how they play, where they react in the mid lane. So until next time guys, my name is Rob Johnson, this is Scoops Porter, and Chris Barnes, and we'll see you laneside. This program is sponsored by Turbo, driven to bowl. For all the Quad 2 inserts and interchangeable thumb assemblies we use in our videos. The Rosone Bowling Store for all of our Pro Shop needs. Dexter Bowling Shoes for the SST8s. And Bowlerama Berry for the lanes that we film on.